Today was another one of those days. I woke up, felt like bloated. I felt tired waking up 4:45. Still hit my burpees, still ran my ass to the gym, did my 30 minutes, but just everything was telling me right now isn't a good time. You should take the day off. It's not good. All this bullshit. Still did it. But it's like, how lucky am I to be able to wake up and work towards my purpose and keep on pushing towards my goals? How lucky can I be to be able to go through this test? Because that's all I look at it as. Every time there's resistance and I don't want to do it, I just look at it like this is just another test I get to overcome. It's just a test and you need to pass it. During times of adversity, when things aren't going my way, that's when I need to keep character. That's when I need to not break character. Keep doing the things, align my thoughts with how I was thinking when I was motivated, when I was amped up. I need to keep that same energy for when shit isn't going my way. And that's how you level up. That's how you pass the test and you break through. You do the thing and everything's great. It's just like thinking about it, like some people get older and don't get any better. They keep relearning the same exact lesson. They keep making the same mistake over and over and over again. And if you keep running into the same mistake for months or years, that thing isn't the problem. You are. If you're constantly overeating, you're constantly smoking weed, drinking alcohol, or just not even fully committing when you know you have to, you're the problem. Your habits are the problem. You have to fix it. And until you overcome that, you're going to live the same life. Years will go by and you're not going to get any better. You're going to stay exactly the same. I used to be a victim of this like 2-3 years ago, even a little over a year ago actually. I was a complete pothead. It would be 11:30 in the morning. I would walk outside to my backyard and just start smoking weed. The bong, the joints, all of it. I would just completely just get high out of my mind. And the reason it was 11:30 is because I would wake up at like 10 or 9 and I could only last an hour and a half, 2 hours of being sober until I needed to smoke. I was a complete fucking fiend, like addicted to this shit. And I was doing that for 2-3 years. And I knew the whole time, I was like, dude, this isn't good for you. You're fucking your life up. Your brain cells are melting away. And I kept doing it. I kept smoking the weed. I kept doing this dumb shit. I would smoke weed. I would order Grubhub, DoorDash twice, 3 times a day sometimes. Completely destroy my diet. I would neck a whole pizza. I would kill Chinese food, a whole thing of it, twice a day. I looked like shit. I felt like shit. And I'd have to keep smoking at 2 p.m., at 4 p.m., at 6 p.m. I'd have to keep smoking. And I kept making the same mistake over and over again. And it's when I finally decided, actually, after my breakup, maybe it was April 2023, a little over a year ago, when we broke up, that's when I just quit. I haven't smoked since, not once. And my life has been drastically better. I got in better shape. My eating habits were under control. I started hitting the gym more. I started my online training business. I have 200,000 followers on Instagram, and it's not even, it's like, I've had such an impact. I have clients now. I'm not, I was broke as a joke before. I'm no longer broke. I have finances. I could support myself. I'm doing well in so many areas of life. And that's because I finally learned the lesson that took me 3 years to learn. Imagine if I overcame that in the first 3 months. If I just realized, oh, this is bad for me, and just cut it out and didn't let a year go by, or 2 years go by, or 3 years go by, I'd be at 1 million followers. And it's not about the follower count, it's about the impact I would have. My business would be bigger. I would have helped more people. I would have probably saved some brain cells. I would be in better shape. But it's because I had to relearn the same lesson hundreds of times that I'm nowhere near where I could have been. And I'll never know. I will never know where I could have been if I didn't go down that path, and if I just stopped making the same mistake. And on the flip side, what if I kept smoking? What if I didn't learn the lesson? What if I would be smoking till this day? I wouldn't have a business. I wouldn't have helped anyone. I would be broke. I would be out of shape. I would just be in complete shit. My life would be a shithole. And that's how most people live their life. They get older and they don't get any better. They relearn the same mistake, and they actually never learn. They think because they know what to do that the problem is solved, but exposure to information isn't productive. Just because you know doesn't mean anything's changing in your life. I knew to stop smoking. I didn't for years. I see too many of you making the same mistake over and over again. I talk to guys on my Instagram. We would talk 8 months ago, and I would be like, they would tell me, yo, dude, I'm struggling with this. I'm overeating. I don't know how to work out. I don't know this. I don't know that. I don't feel good about myself. It's frustrating. I'm like, bro, let me help you out. Let's see what we can do. Nah, not now. Now's not the right time. I need some time to think about it. I don't know if I'm ready to commit to this. Bullshit. Just complete bullshit. And then I actually talked to two of these types of guys last week, and through my Instagram, and they go, I asked them, like, hey, how's it been going? It's been months. Like, do you know what to do? Are you in better shape? How are you doing with what you told me about? Man, it's the same. One of them, it was the same. The other guy said it got worse. He gained weight. I'm like, this is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. People will do nothing. People will continue letting their situation get worse. You have to actively solve the fucking problem. You can't sit there and be idle. People are so afraid, just fearful of taking the action that will change your life. I heard this quote, and it's an amazing one. It's, fear is a mile wide, but an inch deep. It looks like this big ocean that you could drown in when you step into it. But in reality, when you take that first step, you realize it's shallow. And you're fine. And you didn't die. And everything's okay. And people let that perception of the ocean stop them from ever really doing what they want and living the life they actually want to fucking live. Cut that shit out. You have to understand, you're not going to know everything once you go down a new path. Once you enter something, you're not going to know every possible outcome. I just invested $4,500 into myself last week, into a coach, into a program, so that I could make my business better and help more people, essentially, and make my service even better than it is. And by the way, I'm working on it. I've been working hours every single day for weeks on the exclusive course. So if you're one of my clients and you're watching this, you've already seen it on my Instagram. Big updates. The course is coming. But I invested into this coach. It was almost $5,000. I had no idea what would happen once I'm in the program. I just knew that I know I have to invest into myself. I believe I will be the type of person to make it work. And I did. And it's already, things are going well. I didn't know how it would go. Things are going well for me. I've learned a lot of new things. I'm applying it to my business and I see it growing. And it's the same thing with everything else, with your fitness goals, with coming up to that girl. You don't know everything she's going to say or what you should say. The path illuminates as you walk it. You figure shit out, but you have to go down the actual fucking path first. You're not going to study the theory and figure out every possible option that could happen to you. You have to just take action, jump into the fire, and know deep down that you're going to figure it out. There's no other way. That's all I've ever done. I've made so many investments into myself when it didn't make sense on paper. Everyone around me was telling me, what the fuck? Bro, what are you doing? Last year, I had $800. I keep saying this story, but it's such a pivotal point in my life. It changed everything for me. I was working 3 jobs, fucking hated the direction my life was going. I knew deep down, there's things we all know that we know deep down that it's like, this isn't right. It should be done this way. And in my heart, I knew I didn't want to work 3 fucking jobs. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. That was what I was hearing deep down in my fucking heart from God, whatever you want to call it. That's what I was hearing. So I quit all my jobs. I got on a call at $800. This guy wanted $8,000 for me to invest into the skills to take my business online. And I've invested into my business online $8,000 that I didn't have. It was scary. It felt horrible in the moment. But it's worked out so well. I didn't know. There was no guarantee. I wasn't promised I would make my money back, or the business would succeed, or I would help people online or know how to do it. There was no promise made to me, but I made a promise to invest into myself because I'm fucking worth it. You know what you need to do. You know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly what you need to stop doing. The mistakes you're consistently making and not fixing. You know you need to fix that, but you're not. Fix it. Your life is going to change. Stop being a fucking, like all these guys, stop being a fucking pussy and avoiding it and sweeping it under the rug, kicking the can down the road like those 2 guys I just told you about. They're in the exact same situation or worse, and it's been almost a year. Another 3 years will go by and they're still going to be overweight with fucking lanky ass 10-inch arms, looking like shit, feeling like shit. They're telling me they're walking around, they're tugging on their shirt because they're uncomfortable with their stomach, walking into restaurants, adjusting their tits. Bro, you're going to do that till you're 70 because you're not fixing the thing that's right in front of you. You're not attacking the problem right in front of your face, even when someone is trying to help you do it. On the other hand, I have guys who are the complete opposite. Like all my clients, every single one of my clients, we got on the call. They go, brother, I'm dealing with this. I want to get here. These are all the problems that I want to be able to fix. I don't know what to do here. I have an overeating issue. They tell me the truth. They tell me the problems. They tell me their goals. And they invest into themselves, and we completely change their lives. It's on my Instagram. I post their testimonials, their transformations almost every single day. If you're on my Instagram, you're going to just see dozens of my guys just getting ripped, getting jacked. It's like 12, 16, 20 weeks. Because they committed to themselves. It doesn't take as long as you think, man. It's so much different than your mind makes it out to be. Brother, don't let a year, 3 years, 5 years pass by, and don't let yourself be in the same exact position. You're going to grow older. You're going to stay in the exact same spot. And the only thing that you're going to feel is regret. I don't want that for you. And listen, if you watch this video to the end, you're a champion. Congratulations. But if you heard all of this knowledge I just said to you, and you change nothing about your life, you didn't learn anything, and you're really not that smart. Exposure to information isn't productive. Taking action on the information that you were exposed to, that's what's going to make the difference. That's what's going to change your fucking life. So if you heard all of the things I just said, you probably know what you need to do, or you know what you need to stop doing. Start now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't give me that bullshit excuse. Get on top of it and change your fucking life. Let's go. That's all for this one.